11 plays, 70 yards in 5 minutes and 2 seconds, and it was Tyler Farrell from 2 yards out. Extra point was good by Warren Schleiser, and we are tied at 7 with 3:18 to go, so 15 minutes and 18 seconds of regulation remains for one of these teams in 2009. And Farrell will kick it off. Eric Garcia standing at his own 10. And Farrell with a very short kick, fielded by Hansen at the 24, running straight to the 30, along the sideline to the 35, and he's out of bounds at the 36. That works out well for Brush.
You betcha. We'll take that one. You get the ball out there on the 35-yard. You take that one every single time. Now, hopefully, this offense is going to be able to assert itself, and they got to pick up that first down and get some confidence back. Even though it's 7-7, it's a deadlock game. I still feel like the Diggers are in control here, but they've got to get that offense running.
Well, they've done very little offensively in the third quarter. They haven't had the ball much, but their last possession, 3 plays, no yards. On 1st and 10 from the 36. Garcia back to throw. He drops the ball, picks it up, runs to his right, throws underneath. The pass is caught right at the line of scrimmage, maybe for a loss of 1 along the sideline to Connor Weiser. And they're going to say it's incomplete. 2nd down and 10. He never held on to it.
Right, he kind of rolled right, and he took that snap and dropped the football, and Weiser was right there to catch the ball at the sticks, but, he was going to get tackled right there anyway.
Yeah, so the drop was a blessing in disguise. 2nd down and 10 for the Beat Diggers at their own 36-yard line. Do they go back to the run and hopefully pick up some positive yardage? Garcia, and now the clock is stopped. I wonder if that was a delay of game. And no illegal procedure against Brush. Well, the last time they had a 5-yard penalty, the only one of the game in the first half, they followed that up with a 15-yard touchdown pass. So let's see if the Beat Diggers can respond the same way here. I mean, maybe not with a touchdown pass, but at least work their way out of trouble. 1st and 15 at the 31. They're completely out of sorts right now, Dave.
They sure are. It seems like they're kind of fumbling around out there and just kind of a little bit lost. They got to settle down and just run their offense.
From the 31-yard line, with just over 3 minutes to go in the third, and the Beat Diggers and Huskies tied at 7. And Garcia looking to throw, lobs it up the right side, and that pass is going to be, is it caught out there? And an amazing catch by Kukas at the 41 on the fade. Holy Mahungus, a gain of 28 and a first down, as Garcia relied on his big receiver to come down with the ball as he was being covered one-on-one. And Kukas actually ran into that defender. I couldn't see who it was for sure, but, he ran into him when he was going up to catch the football because the kid was further downfield than Kukas was. But he went up and made the catch. Had he not made the catch, I think the officials might have had to throw that interference flag. 1st and 10 for the 41-yard line. Now do the Beat Diggers go back to the run in Florence territory. There's the give to Weiser. Breaks out of a tackle inside the 40, and he drives to the 35-yard line. And it's a gain of 6, and that was a towel that fell off of Levi Brenneman, and it's a yellow towel. Some thought it was a flag, but it's a gain of, again, close to 6, 2nd down, and we'll call it a log 4.
Now the Florence Huskies are on their heels just a little bit, and Brush is surging straight ahead, running their offense, running that trap play up the middle.
Well, what a huge pass that was from Garcia to Kukas on a 2nd down and 15. Now it's 2nd down, and we'll call it 5, just shy of the 35-yard line of Florence. And Garcia on the give, and a big hole to Rosenbrock. He breaks out of a tackle, 1st down, inside the 30 to around the 26-yard line. And he gains 9 yards in the play. Kyle King made the tackle, and if King doesn't make that tackle, the Beat Diggers have to lead.
Yeah, he was off to the races, but he just got tripped up there. Rosenbrock showed a lot of power. That was a 25, where it's just that fullback or that halfback dive straight ahead. Once he broke through the line, typically he'd cut to the left to the sideline, but he cut back across the field to the right. From the 26-yard line, 1st and 10, the Beat Diggers are in Florence territory, under 2 to go in the third. They counter tomorrow, swinging it to the outside, stutter steps, and there's a loss back to the 30-yard line. I believe a flag is down. And, well, hopefully that's not against Brush and holding, because if they take that penalty, and it is holding against the Beat Diggers, but will they take the play, because it's a loss of 3 as a couple of defenders for Florence converged on that right side. Yeah, it's going to boil down to whether Florence has confidence in their defense or if they just want to pick up those yards.
I think they're going to mark. That hold was behind the line of scrimmage. Your one-stop center for projects around your home office or yard is Ackley Building Center, offering everything you need to build, remodel, or repair, from paint to storm doors and windows to lumber and building materials. Ackley Building Center, 1402 Mill Street in Brush. So that essentially amounts to a 12-yard penalty. First and 22 for the Bead Diggers at the Florence 38-yard line. The clock is running inside a minute 45 to go in the third. In the 7-7 playoff game of the opening round in Class 2A, Hansen is in motion to the right. And now we've got a stoppage again. And that is going to be illegal procedure against Brush. And the Bead Diggers are going backwards. I'm not even sure who moved. I couldn't see it from this vantage point, but the Bead Diggers aren't complaining. Now it'll make it first and 27 from the 43. I mean, they can work their way out of this, but they've got to start being a little bit more disciplined. Florence has no penalties in the game.